Hello and welcome. You're listening to the Dungeon Speak podcast, a D&D campaign based on Greek mythology. My name is Todd and I am the DM of this adventure. Now the players will say hello themselves.
Miranda and I play Aella, the daughter of Hermes.
It's your boy Dylan. I play Blouts the Human Ranger.
My name is Brittany, and I will be playing Laurel, the half-elf paladin.
Hello, my name is Becca, and I'll be playing Mavari, the tiefling sorcerer.
Hello, my name is Macy, and I will be playing Saran, the shifter sorcerer.
Hello, my name is Tyr, and I will be playing James.
Welcome back to another episode. This is the second half of the episode, but before we go back to that super fun stuff, hey Miranda, how you doing?
I'm doing okay.
So, I thought it would be fun to look at some magic items that suck for any character in any campaign, and they're fucking pointless. But they could be fun just for the aspect of role-playing your character. So in case you're not aware of any stupid and useless magic items that you wonder why they exist, let me give you some examples. Have you ever heard of a breeding hat?
Sorry, a what?
A breeding hat. So this hat, if left alone with another hat, it produces a third hat, which is a cross between the two hats that were already there. All hats thus produced are also breeding hats, but have no additional enchantments.
I feel a Star Trek episode that was like this.
What about a pipe of smoking? Have you heard of that one?
That one I think I have.
So it's a magical pipe that has a gem embedded in the bowl that glows a dull orange when puffed on and produces a small stream of smoke. So it's basically a vape.
Oh god.
Oh yes. There is also what is called the vampire robes. So this robe doesn't appear when the character looks in a mirror. So you're wearing clothes, but when you look in the mirror, you ain't wearing nothing. I don't actually know how that could possibly ever be useful, but somebody made it, so somebody's using it.
I'm just trying to, like, in what context anywhere? Like, hold on, let me just middle of the conversation. I want to show you this cool robe I have. Like, that's the only thing I can think of.
Well, it doesn't. It just says the character. So I don't think other people, like, when they look in the mirror and see you, I think they see the robe.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah, I have no fucking idea.
What? Why?
Okay, one more example. So don't get stuck on that one. And then we're going to go to the ones that we picked. Okay, here's the last example. Are you ready? The Elvish Dictionary. It's not technically a magical item, but the character is convinced that it has some sort of magical properties. An Elven dictionary is filled with terms used in the presence of royalty. That is it.
Magical about that?
It's magically dumb. You know what? I lied. So I want to do one more real quick. And this is only because I know Dylan listens to these within the first couple of hours that they come out on Mondays. So Dylan, this one's for you. And I'm sorry, it did make the useless item magic list.
Oh no.
It is a flute of duck summoning. When played, shortly after, a duck would waddle up to a player and act like an animal companion. The player can get it and use it like it would an animal companion, using its bonus actions to give it command, but using the stat block of a duckling. I don't have that stat block. I guess it comes with the magic item? I don't know. But 1 hit point, if that.
Okay, that is magical. That is... Dylan needs to have it, just Dylan himself.
Yes, so if a character had this, I would probably give them advantage on charisma checks versus different people, and then disadvantage based on creatures that were hungry.
Oh no.
Like, I don't know where that would be useful, but you know what?
If you ever need a quick snack.
Yeah, Dylan, that's for you. Maybe not what she just said, but it's fine. All right, now here is the item that I think is very awesome and I love it. Shield of Expressions.
That one. I
Yep.
know that one.
It is just a shield, no magical bonus to it at all, and it just has a face on it, and you can make the face whatever you want.
It's like, I would say it's really good for characters who, wear a mask and shit like that, and they're trying to be edgy, and their way of showing expression is through a shield.
I just thought it would be funny to make like a mute character, like a fighter. Like, did you ever see Game of Thrones?
Yeah, bits and pieces here and there.
Yeah, so they had that like army of badasses, the little desert people who just didn't talk. And so whenever I see this shield, I kind of think of them. Like, it has a neutral face and everything, but then while somebody's talking, it turns into like a frowning face and then an angry face, and then you die. And I was like, that would be pretty funny to have like some mute character who carries a shield, and then people can only guesstimate their death based on the expression on the shield.
I love it.
Yeah. That's, I don't know, I just think it's hilarious and awesome.
You found some really good ones.
Yeah, I'm really good at finding useless things. Miranda, what did you find?
So, for context purposes, I played a bard at one point in time in my life, and she was just a dumbass, so I kept getting stupid shit. So one of them was a staff of bird calls. And it was really good to use in combat because I just hit people with the stick. It did I think one extra damage. But other than that, it was just, it just saying bird calls. The end. Did nothing else. So during long rest, it's like, let's play this bird call.
So wait, could it like imitate bird calls? Like of any kind?
Yeah.
In the world?
I don't know about in the world.
I mean, that sounds peaceful. Like if you're in a dangerous place, you're trying to calm someone down. Let it do some chirping. Like,
so
look, you're in a forest. Yeah.
it is like a thing that has charges to it too.
Oh.
And let's see, it could do a finch's chirp, a raven's caw, a duck's quack, chicken, goose, loon, turkey, seagull, an owl, and eagle. So it was limited.
Cool.
But
Wait, how many charges? Like, how does it work?
it's 10 charges.
Each bird calls one charge?
Each bird calls one charge.
All right. You know what? It would be really good for distracting people, maybe?
Yeah. And it's one of those magical items where if you spend all the charges, you have to roll to see if it explodes or not.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So
I also think it'd be really fun when playing with children to like use that. Like if you have if you're babysitting or something, just like have that little staff and make it chirp, and they'd be like, "Wow, you're awesome," and you're like, "I know, kid."
yeah. I also had a cape of billowing.
Oh yeah, that is useless, but it is awesome.
It's so useless, but it's like, haha, I'm here to save the day. There's no wind, but your cape somehow is moving.
That is the perfect I am Batman moment.
It really is, and I use the hell out of it because of that.
Who are you? I'm Vengeance.
And then, last but not least, I had a wand of pyrotechnics. I basically had sparklers.
I mean, that's cool.
So every time we went back to the village and they were like, "Yay, you did the thing," I was like, "Yeah, we did." Cape would be billowing. I would pull out my sparklers and do a little dance. The end. That's all I use those for.
So, I want to call it useless, but we Texans spend a lot of money on fireworks. Like, it is not okay. We easily dish out hundreds of dollars every 4th of July because we love watching shit blow up. It's a little sad.
I do have to off-topic question ask. Do you have the fireworks that actually go up in the air, like when you go to buy them on the 4th of July?
I'm almost sad for you that you asked, because that hurts me inside to know that you don't have that much experience with it, because Like, that shit is all over the place.
No, I had to clarify because in Canada, that is legal.
I'm sure it's nice, but in Texas, go high in the sky and it turns into daylight. And it's delightful.
Beautiful.
Yes. It is quite alluring. They, really close to me, there is a huge lake, and they do fireworks over the lake, and it is so pretty. It's quite captivating.
I love that a lot.
Yes. I love that I'm not buying it because that money is insane.
It is so expensive. I dropped $400 one year. Worth it.
Do you know it drops in this half of the episode?
Uh-oh.
Oh, do you remember? Do you know?
No.
All right, well, let's go find out.
Shit.
Hey guys, this is Todd, and you are listening to the Dungeon Speak podcast. I'm stalling. That's how this works. Mavari, it is your turn. What do you want to do?
Not whatever the heck that just was.
Cheesecake.
No. Feck it. I'm just gonna cast Guiding Bolt.
Do you want me to tell you how many hit points it has?
Sure.
It has 3.
Okay.
3 hit points. So if you hit, you kill it.
Yeah, that's the thing is I actually have to hit it though.
You have advantage.
Oh, okay.
And if he's lactose intolerant, it's cheesecake damage, as John
Okay.
said.
15.
Oh no! Unfortunately, his guiding bolt just whizzes past him. Just barely.
Yeah, I rolled a 6 and a 7.
That's rough, dude.
Yeah.
So, what's going through her head right now? She's seeing Laurel and Ayla side by side fighting this giant thing. When y'all were talking about just leaving her in the Delphi yesterday, like, how's that looking?
Like, we're trying to make friends with somebody who has information and who is also potentially an enemy.
Top of round 3. Blouts, finish it off. Be kind.
The tiny dragon shall bite its eyes.
So Blouse just looks at Geniel and says, kill him.
Yeah, let Geniel do it.
Alright. Geniel climbs up this thing and bites its eyes. Do what you're going to do with advantage.
Well, let me roll Geniel's Munch attack. Oh, wait, no, it is +7. Poor boy does not get a lot of good stats. A 21 to hit?
That will hit.
And that will be 4 points of piercing damage and 3 points of lightning damage as Geniel gets his throat and starts ripping at it. Like the good boy he is.
That's funny. If he had 1 more hit point, he would have lived through that because he's immune to lightning. Isn't that funny?
Geniel's modifier is +3, so I was like, it'll be fine.
Alright, so as Geniel climbs up this giant green creature and just bites his fucking eye, this thing just coughs up blood and yells out and starts clawing at his face as he just falls backwards with a large and loud thud. You're out of initiative. You have survived. And now that you're actually standing around this town, y'all do see inside some of the buildings, it looked like this thing rampaged through the buildings. And you look down on the ground, Blouts, and next to this body is a little plaque that says, The Pilgrim Fox's Lodge.
Blouts will just turn over and look to Mavari, who usually is running to like, butcher these things, and he's gonna pull out his dagger and hold it to her so she could just grab it and go.
I have one, thanks.
Mine's extra shop.
Oh, you're so special.
I shop in it every night.
You know what? I'm not gonna say anymore. Mavari will, like, start dissecting the body.
Alright. What do you want to know?
What the fuck happened to it?
So I will say, because of Mabari's insight to this, what would you like to roll to find out what happened to it?
Medicine?
That sounds like a good idea. What'd you roll?
19.
Damn it. Alright, so with your insight of what happened to Mordai, you're kind of looking at this, and as you're looking at like the meld of the kind of scaly stone infernal skin into his regular skin, you're cutting into it a little bit and cutting it apart, kind of pulling the skin back away from this hardened flesh, and you can see it's like growing a little bit, and it looks like it ceased to grow really recently, like maybe when it fucking died, but you can see it's got like that red fleshy bit where it's still kind of sinking in and growing, and it looks like the fleshy bit will go under the skin, and then the scale or the infernal like hard covering will grow over it, like a scab forming. So it looks like this kind of scab flesh is growing over his regular flesh as it eats it away, as if it's just kind of changing his body through some kind of form. And you know that your brother had vials on him when y'all first saw him, like he was still in this kind of transformation, and he was doing it through almost a medical means, whereas this guy, you're not really sure what happened. It looked like he got a large dose of it at one time, all of the sudden, and like his side of the flesh though, yeah, fuck it. So his side of the flesh looks like it was already dead. So he almost looks like somebody who was brought back to life in order to be turned into this demonic creature. And then you see this weird little emblem on his loincloth that says the last rites. It's very weird. You don't know what that is. Maybe there was a religious thing.
Any of the other demons I've come across, have they had anything similar, or is this something I've only seen with encountering my brother?
Mostly just your brother. Like, they've had kind of the same skin, but it was different because they were born like that instead of made like that. So while you can see a few similar resemblance, you can see some resemblance, it's not the same, no.
Okay. Alright, I relay the information to the party. Do you recognize the name, The Last Rites, Ayala?
That is a really good question.
Ayala, if you would, please, roll... you want to do history? Sounds like a good history thing.
Yeah, who listens in history class, though?
Tear.
Ayala listens to a podcast while she travels the skies.
Accurate.
Futuristic MP3 player.
22.
Oof. So you've heard rumors of these mortals who get it in their heads that they can be better than they are. And so they're not exactly of demigod status. So they aren't exactly opened with welcome arms into the family of the Olympians that you know and love. But they are mortals who were either cursed or found some way to make themselves above average in order to fight against criminals. And yeah, they had their place, but as far as you know, most of them just die because they don't know what they're doing. They have no business doing what they're doing.
So, like, I do remember hearing something. They were like a group of individuals who were powerful. They were mortals, though. So, like, ooh, yeah, they weren't at our level. But, you know, the mortals tend to die. So I just, whoop.
The opinion of Ayala has
Mavai, did that answer your question?
Absolutely not. But I don't know what I was expecting.
I'm very confused. I don't think that's what she...
It's absolutely not what I asked.
They're a group of people, as far as I know. That's about it.
So you do recognize this?
In, like, passing, yeah.
Does it hold any significance other than that?
Nope.
Well, if they were human in life and now they look like this, I feel like we should be concerned.
I think they should work more on their alchemy because they apparently failed. And speaking of that, I'm going to roll on Arcana for this red potion that we almost missed and try to figure out if it had anything to do with that.
Cool.
How do you know that this was a failure and not what they intended?
Ooh, what if it was a curse?
Nobody wants to look that bad.
I think...
Have you
I don't
seen
think
Levi's, brother?
I don't think he inflicted this on himself. I think it was inflicted onto him. The body was dead.
Oh.
So this is 100% probably what they intended.
Well, there should be some means of control if that's the possibility, though I wouldn't know what that would be.
As Tyr says that, it starts coming back to life at full hit points. Roll initiative. I'm just kidding.
It's a reanimator.
What? You scared me there.
Kidding.
At that point, I'm just calling Dad.
Becca
Dad,
leaves
come
the
pick me
chat.
up.
That's funny.
Hey DM, what's in this funny building near the cart that Klaus is making his way towards?
The one on the west
Left
side of the
cart.
road?
Yeah, the
Okay.
west side.
That is the small little one-room cottage with the 2 sheep that are still tied up. They still have a lot of their, like, sheepskin. But the upper back and the lower head are smashed. You can see blood around it and bones sticking out. But there is a bed in there. It's still handy. I don't know. Might have a bit of a smell, but you could take a nap. Why not?
Anything of else or just sheep dead? And would you like a clicky clacky rock to bounce a bit?
You know what? Yeah, go ahead and roll an investigation check as you search over this room.
16.
Okay. As you are searching through there, and you start lifting up the cot that lays over the small bed frame, you see there are many folds of paper, and inside them are naked women.
Frowns. Big frown. It just sets it down, walking away with his hands up. Nope, not this again.
But that is all there is.
Grumpily walking over across the road to the next building. You can continue to everyone else.
What'd you find?
Yeah, what
Disappointment. I didn't
Fair
want to
enough.
see that. If anyone is a pervert, you can go into that building. I am not interested. This is irritating. I was hoping for something interesting, and I got nude women.
Here, I think that's your cue.
Damn.
Question, and no judgment. Was it just human, or were there multiple races?
I saw the first one, and I decided to not engage with it. You can go look. I'm not interested.
Let me
Here,
finish
there
with
will be
this
no
book.
judgment.
See, I told you.
I have a 21 trying to diagnose on Arcana to determine what that red potion was.
Tyr, you are studying this red potion, and it actually is some kind of ambrosia potion. They are not made usually by people. Like Saran, where she comes from, they buy health potions. Ambrosia potions are gifted to people by the gods, or they are made by somebody in secret, away from the eyes of the gods. But they are not usually for the mortal man. But it is, in fact, a equivalent of a minor
Unsanctioned
health
heal
potion.
potion.
Yes.
Huh. Check this out. Somebody actually made a heal potion out of ambrosia somehow. This is fascinating.
Yeah, you know it's not a very potent one, but it is 2d4 plus 2 hit points if you were to drink it.
Oh, that's actually quite fascinating. Look for the notes.
Blouse, the building you're headed towards, the long one, that is the forge that she was in with the woman that is hammered to her own anvil.
I guess she did get hammered.
Damn.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Anyways,
rough.
what is in this building? Because that is probably going to get his interest more. You said there was 2 longswords and a set of scale mail?
Close actually. So there's 2 sets of scale mail and 3 longswords.
3 longswords and 2 sets of scale mail.
Yes.
He will collect those.
I don't think they're really that light.
They're 45 pounds. Scale mail is 45 pounds each, and longswords are 3.
That's about 100 pounds.
And
Just
we
gonna
have a
carry
I
that.
have the carrying capacity.
I
I
yeah,
have
just
my.
throw them in the cart. Be alright.
Don't worry, Todd. I have my actual carrying capacity on my character sheet.
What is it? I'm just curious.
315.
Damn. I'm a strong boy.
And I'm only
that's
at
right, that
160.
fucking belt.
Yeah, I'm only at 161 of 315.
I forgot you had the belt. Never mind.
So
I was just like, damn. All right. So what do y'all want to do while he's collecting?
I'm gonna deactivate my visage.
All right. So you go back to only having 2 arms, like a normal person.
Ew. I'm like a mortal.
I've kind of got nothing.
Saron's gonna kick it.
All right. It feels pretty hard, pretty heavy, but you feel your foot sink into it, and it gives like a satisfying little. See blood flow.
Ew.
Any chance the recipe for this healing potion is here?
Do an investigation check.
Okay.
On the bright side, there are no dead people in there or creatures, so that's different. That's fun. I will note one more thing about him, Mavari, that you would probably notice. So, a lot of the demons in the past, like their bodies kind of dissolve after y'all kill him, and he is dead like any other person. Like he is just laying there dead. So that may contribute to an overall knowledge type thing if you are remembering or collecting information.
Okay, anybody else find it weird that it's not disintegrating, falling into brimstone, or anything like that?
Is that normal?
No.
We've come across some that have stayed this way
But
before.
those were legitimate monsters born that way.
Well, there were some where they were taking over the bodies of humans. Those didn't disintegrate.
Joe, remember the bastard-ass drow that took Celtra? She didn't fade away.
No, she didn't. But this person doesn't look like a drow. This person just looks like a straight-up demon.
They might be one of those teens that's been corrupted love with Mavari's brother.
Mavari, does it look like something similar?
You've seen a tiefling that size, but that was your father.
I think maybe we should just kind of keep this in mind for now. And consider this a clue.
Should I ask my dad?
Do you think your dad would know anything?
If he'll even respond.
Damn, this conversation sounds so real.
I mean, you could try, but according
Jubali
to
know
you,
what's going on.
half of your family doesn't even know what's going on down here.
Javelin.
Hey, I mean, everybody's kind of doing their own thing. You know, you gotta do your job.
No, definitely not. You can go ahead. See if your father knows if this what this might be.
And I'm just gonna look up at the sky. Hey, Dad. Dad. Dad.
Roll a d100.
Staring disapprovingly.
The stare of disappointment.
At least she met her dad.
Ooh, 12.
12.
Hey, who's good at investigation? I need to have help finding these notes.
Not me.
I am.
Come give me a hand.
Oh, it's a tiny one and it's a skinny one are going to look for stuff.
We're
What
small.
do
We can
you
get into
need
small
help
places.
with?
This potion was made here, I'm pretty sure, and there should be notes around here, and I'm not good with the fine details sometimes, just the broader strokes. So if you can help me look around for the papers that where the ingredients should be. You roll, I'll assist. I don't have the skill.
Hey, Blouts, have you seen any papers lying around whenever you were looking in
Do
those
not
buildings?
remind me of what I saw.
By the way,
I
those
don't-
are only human.
I didn't want to know.
That's such important information. Thank you, Tyr.
It has a viable intellectual basis.
Okay,
If
so-
it has more species than human, it's not from here.
Blouts
So you
blinks
just-
rapidly in almost a
Never
disapproving
mind,
stare.
I'm not explaining this.
He's
Okay,
just
we're
unloading
We're going to go
sword.
get Celtra back.
Okay.
Plus, look at the boobs on this one. Is that humanly possible?
Dear,
I do no.
give your
stop it.
observations. Give your observations to yourself. You'll have Celtra to talk about this.
Mavari will look dead at Tyr and be like, my opinion of you has dropped.
I think
Why?
he should have
It's
advantage on
purely
his
clinical.
next social check.
Uh-huh.
To men, not women. He has disadvantage permanently with the members of the party who are female.
And Blouts.
And Blouts.
And Blouts currently, because
That's everybody.
that's everybody. He might have advantage with Celtra, but not Blouts.
Purely clinically.
I'm sure.
Science, right?
Yes, I have to do some research.
Oh God, Todd, what is in your homework folder?
Oh no.
Open
So
your homework folder.
who's rolling the investigation check? I'm sorry.
Saran went back into that one building that had scarred Blouts for life, and she's going to look around for any papers.
Hun, over here.
I thought maybe she was looking for more nudie magazines.
Maybe she's into that.
Oh, shit.
Here you go. There's the book. You can look for yourself.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry, I am completely partially confused.
So Saran and Tyr stand outside this alchemist hut, looking at nudie mags. While Ayala prays for God, Mavari prays for help.
Did not kill Tyr.
Morel, yeah, she's just in her own little world.
Do you want me to just roll investigation check?
What are you wanting to do? Because you're standing outside the alchemist looking at nudie mags.
Within this alchemy, where she found this potion, there should be some loose notes around here that has the alchemical concoction that makes this potion, and I would really like to find that.
So, and are you saying it might be in the building or just around the building? They're she's gonna point to the shed house thing right next to us.
That one. As I point to the building which she came out of and handed it to me. That building right there, and I'll come in with you, and we will look around and see if we can find the recipe.
Yeah. So with you assisting her, she does get his advantage. So, Saran, if you would please roll investigation with advantage.
Definitely rolling better than me.
22.
A 22. That is definitely a good roll, madam. And you actually do not see any kind of book that would explain how to make anything. But what you do find is under the shelf, you see this little metallic symbol. And it's just a little circlet, but engraved onto it, it looks like a sickle. A small sickle, which is just a handle with a crescent type moon blade, and then cross with it, it looks like a stalk of corn or some kind of stalk of grain or something like that.
Can I do would I do an Arcana check or?
Do whatever check you want to do. Everybody, so the reason I push that, and I know sometimes people forget why I do it, but the reason I always say that is because I want people to lean on the strengths of their character and not be oh, roll athletics when you're a wizard. That's weird. So just lean on whatever you think Saron would use to try to figure this out.
I got a 25 on Arcana.
Oof. This is a religious symbol. It is not magical. It doesn't give off any kind of magic. You don't think it has anything to do with magic. But it is a religious symbol, and you believe it's a symbol of a god, but you're not sure which one.
She's going to pick up the, like, it was a book, right? Kind of?
No, it's a small, like, circular metal symbol.
Okay. She's gonna take the object, and then she's gonna walk out and hand it over to Tyr. This is the only thing I could find that is relevant.
Okay. Let me roll religion and determine if it's anything I've heard of from this world. Oh, fucking yeah, the rolls just keep coming. 8, so probably nothing. Nope.
An 8. So you see the blade. That's probably not actually grain, or corn or anything like that. What you think it probably is actually a mace. So this is probably the symbol of Ares, because you got like a big club / mace with like these fat spikes coming off of it, and then a sickle.
Sorry, I know it holds some kind of religious significance, but to tell you the truth, I don't know its following. But thanks for the help.
No problem. Glad I could help with something, at least.
You are human. Is your world mostly humans?
Have you heard of Waterdeep?
Not particularly. Is it a town or a city or something like that?
Right, you said you were born here, have always been here, right?
Kind of. Yeah. That's a long story, but yeah, close enough.
Yes, so it is mostly human that live there.
Okay. I have some questions for you later when we call it a night.
So,
What was the result of my D100 roll?
There's a reason that I was hesitating. Because Ayla gets a little lost. She feels distant. Everybody seems to drown out around her. As she almost like goes into a daydreaming type place where she almost seems far away. And despite the fact that she's standing in the road at around 5:30 p.m. and the sun's still up, she gets very cold. And it's like a shadow falls over her as there's darkness around her. And she almost sees in her mind this long black diamond gem. I don't know, it's hard to say what it is, but it's black. And as she tries to focus in on what she's seeing, it pulses. And then she hears Tyr and Saron speak in the background, and it kind of snaps her to it. Back to reality. But you hear no response from Hermes.
Ayala's gonna stand there with a concerned look on her face. And she's gonna kinda just stare around, look at her surroundings, kind of reground herself of like, what just happened? Like, did anybody else see that? Mm-hmm.
Everything all right? You look concerned. Did you find anything out?
No. Dad didn't answer.
Mm-hmm.
No surprise, but everything was different, and I saw a shape, and I don't know what it was, and now I'm kind of weirded out.
What is... You saw a shape? What did it look like?
I can't even properly describe it. It was just, everything was just so weird, and maybe it's because I got thrown through a wall. My head really hurts.
Maybe we should all just get back in the cart and rest up a little bit. And you did get hit really hard.
I can check over your wounds if you'd like.
That'd be great, bestie.
Right.
Did anybody else find anything?
I found swords and armor.
Yeah, I saw those earlier.
I have put them in the cart.
Seems like you found something else too.
There is nothing else in my memory banks that I have found. Nothing.
Anyways.
No, Blouts, you found that nudie bag.
Blouts has,
I'll send you a PDF. It's fine.
Blouts is trying to forget it.
Well, let's go ahead, get back in the car, and rest, because it seems like we've got this was maybe a little more harrowing.
Yep, the sun's
So-
getting real low.
Do we proceed or do we call it a night here?
What? I look up at the sky. What time is it? Time of day? Does it look?
5:30, close to 6.
We can travel a little bit more. The sun, it's it's nowhere. It's coming down. Like been past coming down from its peak. But we still have daylight
But there's also the other buildings.
to check or to stay in.
To check first. I wouldn't want to stay here. This place looks like a fucking bomb went off.
That I suppose that's true. Let's yeah, I guess let's give it just a quick look and then get back on the road.
I do find it interesting. This doesn't look like a demon attack for a change. Most of the cities that we've run through look like they were demolished by demons or hordes of demons. And this is still relatively still here.
Well, there's still some smashed buildings. I think that this was just, and I gestured to the giant thing on the ground. I think this was just him.
Or he could have
Then-
just gotten stuck in the building and didn't know what to do. The door was closed. And he doesn't seem to be the smartest.
Yeah, but that wasn't a demon. That was somebody. It seems strange to
Demonic
me.
related.
My thing is if it had been with a party, with a group of people, wouldn't it have been more beneficial to bring it with you? That's a weird asset to leave behind.
True.
We do not know the machinations of the demonic hordes that terrorize this land.
She does have a point though. They do seem to come in groups or pairs or something. She does have a point. This one is hopefully alone unless there's something lurking in those buildings. So I mean, we could just check.
Yeah, it might be best to, especially if they're armors, and we should probably dispatch them too.
All right then.
Rather do that than leave them for someone else to find and get murdered.
Yeah, let's go ahead and check these other places, like check these other buildings. Forgive me, and then let's get back on the road. So I will start going further up the road and just sort of like scootalooing along in other buildings to see if if there's anything interesting, maybe survivors. Who knows?
All right. So you do see that there are other small buildings as you go up the road, about where Blouts is stopped with Ginyao, and they're kind of looking around. You do see a building that almost looks like it was torn in half. Nothing inside survived. No furniture, no cooking. Like even the spoons are broken. Like it's crazy. As you go up the road more to the left, you do see that there is kind of like a general store, but it looks like it was picked clean. So you think maybe the people actually fled this town, because otherwise they would just be dead. So a few people might have stayed behind, but whoever owned the general store, they were fucking gone. Oh, and you do see a plaque outside that says, it just says Shirley's General Store. So never mind, nothing cool there. And let's see here. You see a few more houses, but nothing really significant. If you would like to do a investigation, well, not investigation, because y'all were just doing a quick look around. So everybody do perception checks, please. And
I
you do
like
see
perceptions.
on the far side of town, you do see a small temple. And you see like a small statue outside of a woman. On the inside, you see the symbol of the oh fuck! I just forgot what that tool. Forgot what that weapon is called. A sickle. You see a sickle crossed with grain, and it says it is the Temple of Demeter, but it is a very cheap-looking building, so they didn't put a lot of money into the temple here.
Well, that looks similar.
Yes. Perception checks. How'd y'all do?
21.
12.
7.
22 for a change.
Ah, my ears.
8.
Oh. So you guys scoping over this town do find buried underneath the floorboards inside the general store 150 gold, but other than that, nothing.
Ooh. Cool. Well, Celtra doesn't have the bag, so I guess, do we just...
Dump it into the cot?
Yeah, we'll just put it in the cart.
Actually, who got the high scores again? Laurel.
I got 21.
I'm gonna pick on Laurel for a second because she has a religious dilemma about her at the moment. I'm gonna say that she actually explores the Temple of Demeter, and as she's walking through, looking at this temple, she does kind of take care to study everything and look over it, see how maybe these people worshipped this person she's probably never even heard of. And then she's actually going to find under one of the... Why not? They got pews in there. It's a temple. Why not? So under one of the pews, she's going to find this little badge that on the outside of it, along the border, it says Order of the Grass Harpers.
Order of the Grass Harpers.
Order of the Grass Harpers, yes.
Okay.
She may not know anything about it yet, but could come in handy later.
Yeah, no. I'll pocket it.
Mm-hmm.
Order of the Grass. Okay.
All right. But other than that, that's all y'all find.
Okay. All right. Just putting that in my inventory. Okay, cool. Yeah. Cool.
So then, I'd say that probably takes about an hour, getting this whole city at once over. You do it I'm not going to say very quickly, but decently quickly. Only 2 of y'all actually take the time to look over stuff. So you guys head back in the cart. It's around 7:30. We'll give it a good 3 hour more travel. Get a little bit further before you guys... Do you want to sleep in the cart, or do you want to head into the rod of some security, where you're perfectly safe?
Where nothing bad happens at all.
Mm-hmm.
Never.
We promise. Yeah, no. I mean, like, we could always go back to the party house.
Yep.
That's where bads are.
As y'all go in, Mavari specifically, roll a perception check.
Oh.
I'm kidding. You're fine. You guys have a good night.
I'm going to waste time first thing in the morning trying to identify bracelet power.
Ooh. Okay, yeah. So she left you this bracelet. You've had it in your hand. You look at it. Every time you're in the cart, you're looking at it. You're looking at the griffin, looking at the bracelet. Looking at the griffin, looking at the bracelet. Griffin's adorable. You could probably kill Saran and take the griffin. Like, I'm just putting that on their table.
I'm probably going to be rolling the next day on animal handling to try to keep it to train it a little to, like, not necessarily bite me.
I'm going to say if you're not Saran, it will try to bite you. I'm going to give you a disadvantage on everything to do with that because of how babies work and trying to take a baby out of her arms. I'm just going to put that on the table.
Then I will endeavor to start training her animal handling so that sometime in the future she might be able to use it. I ritually cast Identify Magic, taking the full 10 minutes just after breakfast.
So, Tyr, as you look at this bracelet, go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
23.
Okay. It seems like this was a spell that was hidden by somebody. And it looks like they were trying to be very subtle about it. But no one can get past the arcane knowledge of Tyr. This
Unless
gem...
I'm rolling bad.
Yeah, that's fair. Is inscribed with the scrying spell. They can see and hear everything going on around that gem. Now, as far as you know, it shouldn't last longer than 10 minutes. But you've never cast it as a goddess, so hard to say.
Well, there we go. It has a seeing factor, though I'm not sure if can be used more than once. It's using divine power, of which I have very little experience.
Indeed.
That's not good.
Why?
We're being scryed on.
Yeah, who did you say helped you write it? Or did it?
Ayala's sister.
Oh. Well, she's probably just trying to keep a track on her sister.
Is invited she give it to Mavari, not her sister.
Yeah, that's a little suspicious.
Mabari, it occurs to you that she did this almost right after y'all talked, or Ayala told her about Apollo and Artemis.
This is fine.
We can just get rid of the scrying component, or is it just the entire bracelet here?
It's just that one gem.
It's just that one gem.
Well then, I suggest we get rid of it.
Ayala.
You're gonna destroy the bracelet?
No.
Or
I've been
just let
sitting
her
here this
carry
whole
it.
time.
We never said the whole bracelet.
But you can't take the gem off of it. You're ruining the whole bracelet. It's like the whole composition. You're just ruining the flow.
Ayala, it's a scrying
So?
gem. Do you not know what that is?
I'm gonna be honest. Ayala would probably not know what scrying is.
Ayala, your sister is spying on us.
You make it sound like it's an issue.
That
She's just
is an
looking out
issue.
for all of us.
No, she's not.
Well, how do you know that? Do you know my sister?
No, I know deities well enough to know that they aren't ever in anyone's better interests than their own.
Sure.
If I may say, most people don't really like being watched or spied on. It's kind of a breach of,
Privacy.
yeah.
You make it sound like it's an issue? I mean, like, I'm being
Nobody
watched
wants-
all the time.
Ayala, I
Nobody-
spent my entire
Nobody
life
wants to be watched
being
going
watched.
potty.
Yeah, it's decidedly
A negative, Ja.
yes, a negative, uncool, a liability, and a risk.
Cool.
Because you may completely and totally trust your half sister. We barely know her, and this might prove that this was not just a kind gesture, but something possibly more sinister. Because she didn't even tell you what this was. She wasn't forthcoming about what it was. It is, as I've heard the vernacular, shady.
It probably just slipped her mind.
No.
We were kind of talking about all kinds of stuff, so...
Well, I wouldn't give you a bracelet that had scrying on it. So I think for the safety of the group, we should just get rid of that scrying component.
Tia can do that thing where he makes magic go away. He did it in Zakat when we were surrounded by that fire.
Can you? Is that how it works for objects like that as well, dear?
Magical items are much more difficult to permanently dispel, actually. I can give it a shot, but I'm not entirely certain of its outcome. I will know if it worked.
I wouldn't waste the magic. Again, we could just take it off and throw it somewhere. You can keep the rest of the bracelet.
I'm not going to be happy about it.
Well, there are times in life where you're just going to have to be unhappy. Do you want me to take it off, Mavari? Do you have it?
I think Tyr still has it.
Sorry.
I still have it currently. If you like, I'm not so much bothered by it. I can try to incorporate the gem into a different one, and I'll wear it.
I think you're missing the point. It's not
Wait.
just scrying on the individual who's wearing it, it scries on all of us.
I think what he's
I'm not
saying that
sure.
he might be able to repurpose it. Can you?
I don't know.
I can remove it. Like the scrying.
You can.
Yeah.
By what measure? Not doubting you, just that's interesting.
It's practically like a magic item, right? Or magical effect.
Mm-hmm.
I can dispel it.
Yeah.
So if you want, I could go ahead and do that.
We can try, but I'm concerned about whether
Possible repercussions.
the deity noticing.
Oh, they're
Or-
gonna notice at some point.
No offense to your
Didn't realize
powers,
this would be-
Saran, we haven't really seen it, but it took Tyr several tries to get it right, to figure out what was going on. It may take several tries of you trying to dispel it. It is powers of the gods.
Well, we could try it once every night, so we don't lose much of our spells, and just keep doing it till it works.
I feel like, again, if I was overcomplicating the friendship bracelet, which I will admit to, I feel like we're overcomplicating the solution to our problem. You just
Agreed.
take it
I'll
off,
just-
and
yeah.
you throw it in the grass, and then she's scrying on a caterpillar.
Oh, that sounds fascinating, actually.
So she'll
So,
think that we turn into a caterpillar.
I don't think it's that big an issue. They're denizens. They can look down and pretty much find you if they're looking hard enough.
exactly, all the more. So allow me, please, to take the bracelet, and I will do the least amount of damage to it as possible, taking the little bauble off. Which one is it?
The blue one.
Okay, alright, I don't want to take the wrong one off. So, please, gimme.
Yeah, here you go. I don't think it's the best decision, but it's not my bracelet.
Alright, okay. I'll take it, and then I will just, like, as gently as I can. Like, how is it? Is it, like, woven directly into the bracelet? Or is it, like is it faceted in there? Because if it's faceted, I'm just gonna lift up the prongs with my nail and then just...
So, the way this bracelet is made is that it looks like it is threaded around the gems itself. So you've seen woven bracelets before. So it's one silk thread, but it's braided with 4 different ones, and it looks like around each gem the thread is wrapping around it to hold it into place. So you could just kind of use your nails or the tip of a small knife to move the thread aside and just slip the gem out.
Okay, I'll do that just with my nails. We don't have to be that dramatic.
Just get out your long sword and then
Pry that bad boy open. Yeah,
Just
no, I'm just gonna...
tell Mabari to hold it very carefully.
Don't move. Nah, I'm just
I'm
gonna
sure
take
it's there's a scalpel.
my
That's a
fingernail and just slip it. Like I said, just sort of slip the threads, like, around it, pop it out. I'll give the bracelet back to Mabari, and then I without even asking anyone, I'm just going to hurl it into a lake or the ocean. Some sort of body of water is here.
Sure, there's a lake nearby. Why not? You hurl it into the lake.
There, no more scrying. Tyr, would you like to confirm that?
Give me 10 minutes.
Oh, I didn't realize it was, sorry.
Takes some time to actually cast the spell.
I see. Would you like to do it in the party house? You can, at least we can be
Yeah,
in a
that's
comfortable
fine.
place. Okay, perfect. Then let us away to the party house.
Yes. And you guys do. And Ayala, you go into the party house as you watch this gem get thrown into this lake. And everybody's satisfied as you stare at this blue gem that actually floats. So it's fine. But it makes you a little sad. And you go into the party house. I Googled it. I was like, do gems sink? And then it was like, nope, that shit floats. So I was like,
Oh, wow.
that's kind of funny.
Okay.
That's a weird rock.
A bird picks it up and there you go.
Takes off with it. AL is pouting the entire freaking time. All of this is happening.
Ah.
Problematic is being solved.
Yes, no need to overcomplicate.
If you didn't want to be friends, you could have just said so.
Ayala, please.
Oh, I never wanted to be friends with you.
Damn.
Please, Blouts. You haven't.
I do.
Being
Just-
brutally honest.
I'm throwing out there since this is getting weird.
Ayala, if I did not want to be your friend, I would have thrown out the entire bracelet already.
She's
No,
right.
do you want me to?
No.
Blouts, find somewhere else to be.
Alright then. He just leaves. No hard feelings. He doesn't care.
Well, Ayala, things, like I said, things happen. She didn't get rid of the bracelet, for goodness sake. Again,
You're right.
the scrying thing was, as we said, that wasn't a very good move on your sister's part, and it made us very uncomfortable. So we got rid of the component that made us uncomfortable. Everything is fine. You don't have to call into question every little thing that you perceive to be slighted against you.
Mavari gives Laurel a look, like, okay.
What?
You do the exact same thing sometimes.
Well, shut up.
Ella,
Damn.
look at it from my perspective. I spent a lot of my childhood being watched. Every moment of my day was controlled, and I had no choice. I don't want that anymore. I don't want to be watched by people anymore. I'm taking my choice to just not have that anymore. You may seem that it's okay to you, but just because one thing is okay to you doesn't mean it's okay for everybody else.
I'm sorry.
I still want to be your friend.
Really?
I just don't want to be watched. I still have the bracelet, just not the one gem that was spying on us.
So, we're still cool, right?
It's fine with me.
Cool!
As the phone goes off.
Speaking of friends.
But yeah, we're fine.
Look at my, ouchies.
Yes, of course. Mavari will look over at Ayala to make sure she doesn't have a concussion after getting launched through a house.
And surviving.
Mm-hmm.
There's a good chunk of damage to her emotions and psychological welfare, but her body's pretty okay.
I was like, I can't do much about that. My specialization lies in physical damage.
Ella, what's your favorite color?
Ooh, I like so many. I'd have to say, blue.
Okay. I'm gonna spend the night casting Fabricate once or twice to make some bracelets with her.
Baylor.
And then back to studying. If I could make two-dimensional something I can actually use, you'll see it in the next couple of levels.
Alrighty.
Huh?
Oh, no. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, nothing. I was going to say, if they're going to have a bracelet making party, I will sit down and I will make bracelets myself, multiple. Only my hair's pretty long, so I'm actually going to not cut it nearly as short as Mavari's, but cut off a bit of it just to enough to braid bracelets. Because I assume, as you said, Tyr, that it must be made of a piece of you, correct? So, I'm gonna use my hair.
It's easier for rituals.
Indeed. But you said it wasn't a ritual thing, right? So it's not a ritual thing.
No, but any part of you can be used for a ritual.
Okay, alright, okay, just making sure. That's like I'm braiding.
Clarification.
Yes, that's all I need.
Yes.
Braiding.
Tyr, what are you making your bracelets out of? She's using her hair.
Glass, a couple of coins, and leather. And I'll use the fabricate skill magic to create it. It takes 10 minutes, and I will cast borrowed knowledge to take on the skill of a skilled artisan and make them. And they'll actually look good.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff around you, so yeah, you could definitely do it. Alright. Is there anything y'all would like to do before you go to bed?
The usual nightly routine of sharpening everything Danielle cleaned. He is not participating in whatever the fuck is going on over there.
It's a bracelet party, sir.
Saron's gonna make a spot for the little
Babby.
the burb.
You're gonna make a
I'm
what?
blanking on the word.
She's making a nest for the baby bird.
Griffin.
Oh,
It's a burb.
are you
She
just gonna
hasn't
make
even
it in the
picked it.
room you sleep in?
What's up?
Are you gonna make it in the room you sleep in?
Yeah.
Okay. You make it a little nest, and it does not stay in it. Like you put it in there, tuck it in, and as soon as you start to walk away, it'll like kind of clamber out, falling over a little bit, as it'll like pick itself up and start kind of chasing you on all four of its legs.
Fine. You can sleep with me.
Alrighty. It'll curl up against your side. It sleeps at like that kind of cartoon where it's like.
Oh,
Can-
cute!
Congratulations, you have critted on cuteness.
Well, I will sit with my holy symbol again and just look concerningly in the mirror at how the mark is smudged, and I'll just start meditating and praying again.
Alrighty. You're staring at this smudge, kind of recollecting your oaths and tenets. You know that it won't be hard for you to get back on track. But being away from your church, your people, and your God can be taxing. And you just kind of look at the world around you, and sometimes people get distracted. It happens to everyone, but with some focus and kind of getting back to the paladin that you used to be, the paladin of Torm, the strength of him and this gauntlet, that you can easily fall back into his good graces. You just have to remember to be who you are, and don't let this world of shit and death overtake you.
Right, though. This has never happened before.
You've never heard of a paladin getting stuck in a world full of demons and staying a paladin, mostly because they don't come back. So, yay.
So I start crying. Panicked weeping.
Well, that was supposed to be a positive, but I see where I messed up. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, now that I've managed to make her night better, let's see here. Ayala, do you have a nightly ritual, or do you just kind of flutter around in happiness?
Around in happiness, and I occasionally read a book or two.
Alrighty, fair enough. Alright, next morning you guys wake up, have a doggy-fed breakfast. Mavari, do they get to feed you yet, or are you still like, I'm making my own shit?
She doesn't like the way they make the food taste, so she just makes her own food.
Okay. In their defense, they are dogs.
Exactly.
And shedding is common.
Seasoning is not their forte.
Every kind of seasoning that they use, for some reason, has Purina on the bottom.
just like those food additive gravies.
That's the only reason why everybody doesn't like eating there, because it tastes like dog food. Laurel's the only one who loves it because she dog.
I don't understand. It tastes delicious. What's with all the hesitation, guys?
Chicken and beef gravy. This is delightful.
My only problem is you can't find an ounce of fucking chocolate in the whole house.
Laurel is canonically allergic to chocolate.
Oh man. Yeah.
Well, I just meant what it does to dogs.
Laurel be dogging though.
Damn.
Wow.
Alright. So, does anybody want to do anything before y'all head back on the road?
Nope.
Study!
Eating the usual breakfast, not whatever the dogs made, just piles of meat.
Yeah. Alright. So you guys pop out of the rise, some security. Now, I don't want to anger you, Tyr. However, the only bracelet to survive is Laurel's. Because it's actually her. And it wasn't. So anything made in the Rite of some security doesn't come back.
Oh.
Yeah, so using the spell Fabricate to make it into a different material kind of magically made it go there. So because Laurel now has a Justin Bieber haircut she was able to make the bracelet out of her hair.
I do not. I said I'd take that much off.
I'm sorry. How short is it? Are we like Winona Ryder here, or
No,
how short are we going?
Lorella's pretty long hair, especially since like it's been months. She already had long hair before, and it's been maybe 2 months now. She hasn't really been able to cut it. So if anything, I guess her hair is just like back to its usual length when she was in hell. So about a little bit past the shoulder.
Oh, that's not bad.
Nah, not
So
at
you're
all.
just well groomed now.
Yeah, I just gave us a haircut.
Alrighty. Were the dogs able to help you, or were you like, I got this?
Nah, I needed the dog's help. I don't feel that real.
It's okay. Just wear at least the top of your plate mail and use the sword. It's fine. You got this. Just kind of like swing from behind. All right. So you guys head on the road. If you would please roll 1d100s. Who wants to do the first one?
I'm willing.
By the way, the morning I lose all perception capability as I am remaking these motherfuckers out of materials that won't go away.
All right.
And
So what
my
are you using?
skill roll was 22.
So
Fuck
what are you
you.
using? I mean, that's not a
Literally,
good thing to
again,
say.
a real cup, glass cup that I've gotten from quite a while back, a gold coin, some leather, and my own hair.
Where'd you get the leather from?
Leather?
I'll take some from Louts.
Louts
He
still has
always
one of his
has leather.
I have a dinosaur hide. Or, wait, let me say it correctly. Fake dragon hide.
All right, so don't roll a d100. So while Tyr is doing this, it's going to take all day pretty much to do the fabricating and make the bracelets, but it will be a phenomenal bracelet. They're going to look beautiful.
Especially since I made all my mistakes last night.
Yeah, I mean, this is annoying, but at the same time, you're more efficient with it, and you're like, ooh, I can do this instead. All right, so who wants to roll? Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
He would also offer if he wanted the Tyrannosaurus tooth that he has, if he wants to use bones on it.
Sure, I'll work something in.
Todd wants that bracelet.
Dinosaur leather and dinosaur teeth as a bracelet? That's fucking sick as hell, bro.
Yeah.
I want to carve those teeth to actually look like something pretty cool for each individual person. As stupid as a fucking friendship band is, but that's James, not Tyr.
They're great. All right, D100, who wants to do it?
Dylan will do it.
Go ahead, Dylan. D100 us. Give us that D100.
72.
That is a beautiful morning. The sun is coming up. You see a bird. Ah, shit. A hawk just ate it. Who wants to do the afternoon? Saran, you volunteered. Great.
Damn it, I
Macy,
was muted.
please
I'm
roll.
sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Was muted.
Not Laurel. Not Laurel.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. It's fair. I got us in trouble last time.
I mean, yeah, I'll roll.
Yeah, go ahead. We need to do good. I'm gonna say Brittany for when I need y'all to fight.
Fair.
64.
And a peaceful afternoon. Great. Miranda, do you want to finish us off?
Are you sure?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Trust
Yes, I
me,
am.
I would never expect you to let me down.
Debatable. 74.
Great. So you guys have actually a wonderful day. It is peaceful. You're going around. You feel good. And then you actually towards the evening time, I'm going to say around, let's say around 8 o'clock, the cart stops moving. Laurel, you go up to LFD and you're like, go. And he goes in front of the cart, blink, 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 green lights. The cart makes kind of a grinding noise and then just stops and is quiet.
Teddy? Okay.
Teddy looks dead.
Teddy? I look at LFD.
How often did Celtra do maintenance on this thing?
LFD shrugs. Oh.
Actually, Celtra did maintenance on it damn near every day. Oh no. Teddy? No,
Did he
I don't
not-
know how to fix you.
Send you ins.
No, he just said to use the password tools are cool.
That's a lame password.
That's what I thought when I read it.
Why were you reading?
Yeah, what the fuck?
I read it out loud.
She read it out loud.
Well, duh, you were all there.
Where we can't just leave Teddy.
I mean, we could just lock him up and then come back after we get Celtra to come fix this damn thing.
I guess that's true.
Don't worry, you're with me. I'm good at walking.
It has nothing to do with walking. Celtra loves this cart, and I love it too.
Hold on. Give me a second. I cast Borrowed Knowledge on the actual material, trying to pull the skills of Celtra to see if I can... It's not a skill of this world, so I'm not entirely certain it'll work. You want me to rattle off Borrowed Knowledge, or you want to look yourself?
I already looked. So like you're saying, this is technology not from this world, but I will let you roll. I will let you roll just to see if you roll really high and maybe you just catch something that maybe you've heard Celtra talk about, because he has talked to you about it. He loves it, and so you seem interested in it. He's talked a lot. So go ahead and roll a 1d20 and add your intelligence and proficiency.
21.
Okay. So you're looking over Teddy, and Laurel is kind of like watching over your shoulder as you kind of start looking inside of Teddy, and you feel like she wants to be supportive, but you also feel like you probably should be careful because she's temperamental sometimes. And you're actually looking at it, and so there's this little rod in the center of it that you're pretty sure you've heard him talk about as a power source of some kind of electricity or lightning or something like that. And it seems like it's not active. So unless it's active, it's probably not going to work.
He was talked about this part many times. I believe he said it was a battery. He's always bitching about batteries, and I don't know how to fix this.
So, what? So I sort of I really look over your shoulder this time, into the.
He really has to
where
charge
it is.
it, and I could use lightning bolt, but I don't think it'll go well.
No, we don't want to damage Teddy. Is there any way that you can charge it gently?
Lightning bolts aren't gentle.
Well, exactly, without striking with lightning.
I don't know enough about this to not damage it. He could fix it, I'm sure, but... LFD, do you know how to fix this thing? Charge it? Beep boop,
LFD
anything?
does not respond.
Oh, well, it's worth a shot.
LFD is still working.
Short of dragging the wagon, I got nothing.
Trying to think.
Dragon. Dragon's a wagon.
Oh, that's a good idea. Do you think yours could take the place of Teddy for a little while, and we can put Teddy in the cart?
Teddy's enormous.
How big is
Teddy?
Teddy
Is built into the cart.
Oh,
yeah,
then
he's
no, we
actually
can't remove him.
attached to the cart.
Yeah, you'd have to dismantle it.
Okay.
I don't think we could get him off.
I'm so not
Danielle
touching
could
that.
pull it, but you go a little bit slower, and he might get exhausted from it.
Oh, that's fine. And then I turn into my hybrid form. 11-foot tall freaking werewolf. I can help pull.
There's a funny look on Tyr's face that's just priceless.
Big, tall, and hairy.
Yeah, that's me.
We'll pet Laurel's fur a little bit.
Oh,
What moisturizer do you use for your fur?
None. It's just a bath. I miss having product.
She just licks herself.
The blood of my enemies.
The tears of those who fear you.
Yeah,
Good for your skin.
exactly. That's how I wash it. How I wash out the blood. No, if it pleases the party, me and Danielle can take turns pulling.
That's pretty pleasing to me.
If Danielle refuses to pull, then I will pull myself. I don't want to leave Teddy out here.
Geniel wouldn't do that. He is a very reasonable dragon. I don't see why you would assume he would refuse.
Well, he is also
Rates my stupid ass.
true, but
Takes
I
a
mean, like,
skill.
he also seems like a very dignified gentleman.
I mean, yeah, he was literally a war hero and a freedom fighter for people.
Well, then there you go. So,
That's Geniel.
Geniel,
What?
would you like to go first, or would you like me to go first?
Geniel can
This
go
is
first.
weird. Yeah.
See,
So
I was like, wait a minute, can
on one side of it, LFD will not respond to anybody except for the person, either Celtra or the person who uses the password. And on the other side of it, Geniel won't respond to anybody except for Bloubs. So
Well, he
I'm
can
sorry that
respond to
these-
people who speak in Draconic.
I do not speak.
That is
Draconic,
it.
So.
I do.
I do.
Y'all are funny.
Just
All right then.
grunts and curses in Primordial now.
Oh, I know that too.
Curses in Goblin.
Nope.
I was about to say,
I had to check. I was like, wait a minute.
Oh, multilingual. Very well. Then, LFD, come along. Just, I guess just follow us. And, we will see about trying to maybe recharging the battery on the
Wait.
way.
Wait a second. We recharged the battery. Didn't we do that when we were released? When we did the whole thing with the fireman?
Well, Celtra was there. I think he's the only one who really knows how to do that.
I was the one who did that.
You recharge his battery?
No, I
How
did
is
the
that?
thing with the lightning and the funny anthills. I'm talking about Percy's vault. Barbs was the one who reached in and did the zippity zap on the thing.
you just electrified it.
Well, he's just asking if that's what they could do.
Oh.
So maybe Tyr could give a estimation on that.
Again, same much like myself using it, I think it'll probably blow up. It'd just be more to fix.
You can give it a go.
You're lower amperage than I am. Have a day.
I personally think we should just drag the cart to our destination, and then when we get Celtra back, he can tell us how to properly charge it. Because it looks like a very complicated and delicate piece of equipment, and the last thing that we want to do is get Celtra back and then immediately watch him probably burst into tears as we have to explain that we accidentally blew up Teddy because we recharged the battery wrong.
Oh,
It
that's
is
fair.
Up to you.
Well, how strong is LFD?
He's strong enough to pull a person.
Well, if Geniel and LFD tag team to pull the cart, do you think that they would be able to do it more efficiently than trying to keep swapping every few hours?
If you want, I can team up with LFD. He's not that big. I mean, you can't even ride on top of him. So, I don't think he's really going to be good for pulling this. Like, it's enormous. I can...
Well, that's why I said the duo of them could, like, because Geniel's not that much bigger. Yes, they are both medium creatures.
That is true, but I am considered quite large. Well, we could always hook it up like people do for the horses. There are teams of 2, 3, 4. I can, for lack of a better term, be the lead. And then Geniel and LFD can pretty much, assist me in pulling. It'll practically, I think will practically equal one Teddy, if not better.
Well, if that's what we want to do, well, we could probably start rigging this up to help that.
I guess the only problem is that we have, 3 different body forms that we have to, I'm sort of, staring at all 3 of us that we have to account for, but who has rope? I have rope. We're gonna need a lot of rope.
Yep,
I think I got plenty of rope. Yeah.
Okay, alrighty.
Life will pull out his 50 feet of silken rope.
Alrighty. Then I guess I'll sit down and spend a little while, trying to, create harnesses out of, using different knots and stuff to try to, create different harnesses where we could all effectively pull
Hey, you've worked with a lot of horses. It's not hard. You got this.
Nah, not quite.
Making
but I just have
bridles.
to make sure that like it's gonna be comfortable. Ring it all up. Attach it to like I tie it to like any loose sides of the cart, like that have bits that I can actually affix it to. And I use like several I guess like for lack of like I guess what do they call it, stressor points on the cart, so it's not just relying on just 2 points. Like I want to at least 6 because that's a really heavy thing. Maybe even need 8, but that's not the point. The point is that I rig it up, we get it all done, and shrug my shoulders and say, all right,
Does
are
it
you
work
ready?
time?
So yeah, no, it works. She's as somebody who is fascinated by horses, loves working with them. I'm not gonna make her roll anything. Like she'll know how to do this. She's at least seen enough horses or horse-drawn carriages and carts to know how to do this, if not done it by herself. But my only question is, so here's why we're gonna do this. If you want, you can roll either strength or constitution. Here's the difference. So strength is to say your movement speed, to say you can pull it this fast, you are doing it this way. The constitution is to keep moving at a steady pace, but for longer without suffering any kind of ill effects, like exhausting.
Gotcha.
I'd say probably Constitution.
Yeah, same.
Just so that we're not burning through our companion, well, the companion and the player character. 'Cause I don't think LFD can get exhausted, can he?
No, I don't think you can.
I will also remind you it's 8 p.m. So
Oh.
I don't know how long
Oh, we
go,
only
but
need that for like 2 more hours then.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and the harness isn't gonna go anywhere. Okay, so yeah, no. Then if that's no, I do agree though. I feel like Constitution is probably the best. Still, we don't want to like burn ourselves out or have like some sort of negative consequence.
Mhm.
So
LFD,
Mhm.
Laurel,
Mhm.
and Danielle, please roll Constitution checks. And obviously, Dylan, you'll be rolling for Danielle. How do you do?
That's a 4.
Oh, okay. Wait, 4? Like total?
Total.
Oof.
that's okay.
Laurel, how'd you do?
I got a 5.
All right, so because you are controlling LFD, do you want to roll a 1d20 and add +2?
All right. An 11.
Wow. So LFD is not strong, but he is steady. He is a robot after all, or a machine. So he's steadily moving, but Laurel and Danielle aren't really made for this. Like, Laurel is a werewolf. She is made to go hard or go home. Like, she just thrashes at people and she's like, I'm gonna fuck your shit up. Danielle is like, I'm not a fucking, I don't do this. So he's not really putting his heart into it. But
Poor boy.
yeah, so you guys are just decently going, but you feel like you're glad it's nighttime because this would not have gone very far. So after a couple of hours, y'all kind of look and reflect on what you might have done wrong with this as you call into the party house for the night.
Okay, that was harder than I thought. Maybe I have to take a look at the harnesses in the morning. I might have rigged them wrong. Ugh.
We
Could
couldn't.
dig into your shoulder a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
We have cushions in Zakat, don't we?
I actually don't know.
Because we could try cushioning around the parts where the harnesses are going on you, so that it hurts less when you pull.
That's an
Good idea.
excellent idea. That's an absolutely brilliant idea. We'll have to check the cart tomorrow morning to see if we have any cushions or any like any sort of like thick fabric blankets, something like that.
I mean, I have spare clothing. Don't you really use it?
Nah, I don't think that's really gonna do anything. I think we need something like you said, like a pillow or like thick blankets or something. Oh,
A
I
ripped
wish
up
this party
mattress,
had-
maybe.
Yeah, something like that. We'll workshop it in the morning. But I am going to go stretch and soak because my shoulder's killing me.
Yes, you know that in the morning you'll have probably about a 4-hour travel
Mhm.
before you reach your destination.
Gotcha. So yeah, I'm just gonna go soak.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe have some rose petals in it this time because I want to be decadent.
Wander off to do his nightly routine.
Are you gonna treat Geniel to anything since he was happy to help?
He gets his huge bucket of meat extra topped off.
What a nice fellow you are. Like, that's swell. That's just nice.
And he will also get a, just like Laurel, he will get a rose bath this time. Just to soak his scales in.
Yes. Just eyes and nostrils are the only thing seen. As his eyes are just closed and he's just
He
steadily
has
breathing.
cucumbers on
happy.
his eyes. He has like the face mask. I
Yes.
want to imagine that Laurel and the dragon are just both like face up in a pool. Cucumbers, rose petals everywhere.
Total spa day.
That is awesome. And I love everything about it.
I think you should get a straw and blow into the bath water so that you can make a bubble bath.
I can light my sword up underneath it like it's a pot.
Ooh. Like a nice steam bath.
A nice
yeah.
hot tub for them.
Hell yeah, spa day. Very
Damn.
nice, very nice.
Really get under those scales, you know?
Alright. Mavari, do you have anything you want to do before bed? Oh.
Sorry.
No, you're fine, Macy. What do you want to do?
Yeah.
I was gonna say I was probably just gonna be in the room with the griffin, holding the griffin and casting dancing lights above the griffin.
It's just gonna gnaw on you as its big fucking eyes just stare at these lights moving around. Like, you ever seen like a baby in a carriage when you move the little spinner at the top and it's watching it go around? A little bit like that.
Mavari is... I don't know if Ayala has said what she was gonna do yet, but Mavari is gonna try to drag her to teach her how to make, like these little cookie things.
We're gonna bake?
Yeah.
We're gonna bake!
Oh.
Yeah, Ayala's like, she's here for it. We're having a girl day.
Yeah. They're almost like, you know those tin can things you can get with the butter cookies in it? That's what they're making.
The Dutch cookies?
Yeah.
Yes!
You open them up and it's just sewing supplies.
So, this just like flashed in my mind of Mavari and Ayala sitting there baking cookies, and every time a cookie comes out, like this little just thing pops up above Mavari's head that says plus 25 reputation.
I was thinking small hexable mini people to be sacrificed, possibly.
That's a lot more work. Butter cookies are easier.
I get that.
Accurate. We have to plan for that.
Yeah.
That's a lot more work. Butter cookies are easy. That's wonderful.
I don't know what you were expecting me to say.
Fuck is a butter cookie?
I don't know what I was expecting, but that was solid.
You don't know what butter cookies are?
No.
They're in.
Oh
have you
my
ever
god!
seen where it's like those metal tins, and you take it off, and most of the time it is sewing supplies, like Dylan said. But there's usually cookies when you buy them fresh from the store. They're like little, like Miranda said, Dutch cookies. They're amazing.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, are they made with a lot of butter? Like, is that why they're called a butter cookie?
I don't know
Yes.
exactly.
Yes.
But I think, yeah, they're delicious. They're like little
Okay.
biscuits, like cookie biscuits.
I'm sure they're great.
They're amazing. Yeah, those.
Ah.
And there's the light bulb.
They don't look buttery.
They're
They
really
taste
not.
buttery.
Not
They taste really
physically
good.
buttery, but they do taste like butter. But they're crunchy.
All right. I'd rather a buttery biscuit.
They taste really good. I love them.
A Whataburger honey butter chicken biscuit.
All right. Wow, where did this go? Okay, so y'all are making cookies.
Mm-hmm.
After a much long debate of what kind and why. I guess, is there anything else y'all want to do before bed?
I would like to finish the friendship bracelet for Tyr.
With tier or for tier?
For Tyr.
I think he finished them all. He spent all day on it, and it turned out very well.
Yeah, but I didn't finish the one I was going to make for him.
Oh.
So I'm going to do that.
What do you want to use to make it?
I'm going to use bits and pieces of my dress, and then I've got a little golden rope, so I'm going to take that apart, and I'm going to use that. And I've got a little bit of a purple kind of, I don't want to call it a scrunchie because that's not what they had back then, but like this ribbon that my hair is tied back in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to use that. And voila.
I mean, Ayla's outfit's already a little skimpy, so I don't know if you can spare the cloth.
I can trim a smidgen.
Alright. Just remember to keep this R-rated.
Wait, what?
That outfit looks great. I think I saw it somewhere.
I think I saw it in that, lovely, nudie magazine that Blouch found and was disappointed in.
Oh, you
Love
read it
you.
too?
You're amazing. Oh no!
Sorry, I didn't say that.
You did.
It's purely for research. Don't worry
You
about it.
couldn't fucking hear her. What did she just say?
Nothing?
Nothing?
Yeah. Nothing.
Alright. Okay, so you guys go to bed. Wake up. Ayla, you know that you'll have about 4 hours before you get there.
Yes.
Laurel feels it in her bones that you're close by, because she's an eager gal.
What?
Is anybody... So y'all know that in 4 hours, you're going to reach Athens, one of the largest cities in this entire country, and it supposedly has a large military presence, and has a good government, and all this other stuff. Before y'all get there, is there anything you want to do?
Give Tyr the bracelet.
You give him a bracelet.
Yay!
Friendship
Nailed it.
established.
When the Olympias inevitably kill this whole party, Mavari will live because of cookies, and Tyr will live because he'll hold up a bracelet.
I will. I will give everyone my friendship bracelet. I made one for everyone, and I even have one saved for Celtra. And I said,
what'd you
I
make
know
it out
it's not it's not much, and it's not as pretty as some, but I would hope that this is a sign of our friendship.
Ayla will let out a screech.
Ah, my ears.
So, baby Griffin.
Sorry.
Don't worry. If everybody hands one out, we can use them as cloth armor on our forearms.
Yeah, well, I made them like bracelet size, but yes, no, it's like I said, it's a little plain, a little simple, but it was made with the intention of friendship from the heart.
Is this your hair?
It's kind of all I had, but yeah.
Is that why it's itchy?
That kicks ass. This can be used in several rituals. Werewolf hair is rare to come by.
Oh my
Well,
god, that is not the purpose of
amazing.
that.
You know, it's whatever you want to use it for. Like I said, it's a gift. It's a sign of friendship. Yes, that's why it's so itchy.
Ayla's gonna just squeeze Laurel in a hug.
Oh.
I love it so much.
Aw. Thank you. I worked hard on them, with the help of my staff. That might also be why itchy. Bavari, are you allergic to werewolf?
No, it's hair. Hair is itchy.
I mean, yeah.
She's right.
I wasn't able to braid it down as smooth as I would have liked it. I mean, if you want, I can try again.
No, it's fine, and Mavari will put it on.
Okay.
Ayla's gonna start crying a little bit. You guys are like the bestest friends I've ever had.
Oh.
Ayla, I have a real question for you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did you
no.
have any friends before us?
No.
Yeah.
So, oh, that explains a lot.
Work tends to keep me from making friends. This is the first time I've been able to make friends in a really long time.
Oh, well, I'm glad that we could do that for you.
so happy to be with you guys.
That's surprising.
Even you.
Oh God.
That's okay.
Just take the compliment, Clouds.
I will not.
We're happy that you're here. You're a ray of sunshine. Bright,
Saran
warm.
will
Blinding.
Don't worry,
Strahd will
you're a
pat
bright
the
ray
head.
of sunshine surrounded by vampires.
All right, Macy, what were you trying to say?
I was saying that Strahd will pat Ayla on the head.
He's taller than you.
By a lot.
Strawn is like 4'9".
Just, can you, like, lower yourself a little bit?
Yeah, she's gonna just crouch down.
She'll pat her on the head. There you go.
I do not understand this.
What I have learned is that we don't have to understand it. We just have to.
I haven't understood any of this.
I've come to realize you probably don't understand much.
I try to.
That's fair.
But all of you are very confusing.
No, that's a fair assessment.
Like, Tia, he doesn't explain himself ever. I still don't know where he's from. He refuses to say it.
Here, this world. I
Yes, but
couldn't
where?
tell you what town. There's no town. I lived in the middle of fucking nowhere with some family.
Oh. So he admits he has family.
I do.
That is the most information I have gotten out of him.
That's not true. I give a lecture every night. You just don't usually show up for it.
I meant about you, not about severe arcanas that you use. Your magic does not work the same way as my magic. I just grab at these little dragon spirits that float all over me, and I cast my spells using those.
Yeah, mine is knowledge and how it is manifested in particular manners. And arcane knowledge is especially difficult because it tends to slip the mind. So it has to be constantly studied. So usually that eats up most of my time.
Well,
It's a deep subject.
Very difficult to grasp. The dissertation that you were giving last night, I didn't understand a lick of it. I was really trying.
And all should try, at least to gather little bits to know about how the world functions.
Exactly.
I have a dragon to clean every night. I don't have time to learn.
Yeah, so after the spa, I was very relaxed. Was able to
Oh,
really
you did
try
a spa day too?
Mm.
Danielle did fun.
Oh no, it was absolutely delightful. Absolutely delightful. Got the rose petals.
Oh, we should probably get onto the road.
Yeah. Oh, shoot. Right.
Y'all weren't saying this on the way?
Yeah, let's get going before the police show
I
up.
thought y'all were already on the road. Oh god.
We're just
we
going
can be.
picnic. Talking while we're going.
No, y'all were pulling. Well, y'all weren't pulling the cart, but Laurel is. So, all right. So, you guys head out and start going on the road. Now we're gonna do it again. Laurel, Gignell, and LFD. So, do y'all want to do the pacing or quick?
Pacing.
Alrighty. If you would please make a Constitution check for Gignell. Laurel, will you make a Constitution check? And then do another one for the LFD, adding +2.
Okay, that was LFD. Wow. We need to get fucking Teddy back.
How did y'all do?
Well, LFD got a 12.
Nice.
And I got a 5.
And Danielle got a 8.
Alrighty. So, Gignell and Laurel, please roll Constitution saving throws.
Oh, well, where the hell was that roll?
4.
4.
25.
Gee, Jesus. Alright. So, Gignell has a level of exhaustion.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Yeah. He's not the one to worry about because he won't be doing much that exhaustion affects. And you can just have him assist and do all his other stuff as bonus action instead of having him attack, so it's not a big deal. I think exhaustion one is just ability checks. I didn't even load it because nobody except for Gignell failed that, so I was like, fuck it.
And when I desummon him, he loses all status. I can just resummon him for free.
Really? Is that how that works?
Yeah, I can just get rid of him and it gets him a new body. He's a spirit attached to Blouts, not a physical dragon, unless he is in his summoned state. But
that is some bullshit. Damn. Fucking
Drake Wardens.
All right. So after,
I mean, to avoid exhaustion. Fuck
it. No. So after about 4 hours, you guys come to the city. Who here is surprised that it's destroyed? Raise your hands. No? Nobody? Okay.
Ayala is.
Hey!
It's not unusual to be destroyed by...
And would be surprised.
I mean, you could have kept going. I'm okay with it. Oh, well, I guess not, actually. So, as you guys roll up on this city, so there are essentially two entrances, but they're pretty far apart. And you come from the northern one that's more of on the western side, so more towards the sea, because you were kind of traveling parallel to the sea. And so you see there's actually a good bit of defense to this city. So first of all, there is a moat. As you come up on these gates, you can see it. It is about 24 to 27 feet deep. And then past that, there is a wall that is 15 to 18 feet high. And then there's actually a pathway beyond that before another wall is there. And it's actually a very, very high wall. So this one is 24 to 30 feet tall. And it's about 9 feet thick. And there are 4 towers in kind of a valley of where this entrance is. So you can see there's the wall. There's 2 little gates leading in and out. And then there's these 4 towers surrounding like this little valley. But the tops of the towers are just destroyed. And the walls have a lot of like destroyed parts of them. There's just a little image so you can see a reference of what I'm talking about. And so you can see that this city has taken like kind of a lot of siege to it. And it looks like at one point there might have been slits and covers for either war weapons, siege weapons, or people to be stationed with bows and arrows. And then the pathways between the tall wall and the short wall is where people would probably actually go into hand-to-hand combat or melee combat with swords or spears or whatever the fuck they had. But you see a lot of red on the white wall behind it. You see a lot of red in the broken off towers above. You assume it's blood, that or somebody went painting. But you see no bodies, as per usual with this place. And as you go through, you do see some demons flying around. But we are not going to roll combat of y'all going through this whole city of Athens. Because A, it's a very large city and that would take you forever. But Ayala...
a well with crazy sounds coming from it.
Yeah, and so she actually made that out to be the Well of Souls, a myth, so to speak, on the northeast side of Athens.
Oh, hey, I was right.
Yeah. So you guys travel. If I showed you the map, I think it might throw you more off.
You did say that this place is under siege and there's a lot of demons flying around.
Yeah, go ahead.
If we are trying to avoid that, Blouts would use Pass Without Trace to help them get through without any... Well, to help them get
You
through.
are not trying to avoid it. You are way overpowered with these demons these days. You don't need that shit in your life. So, you guys are just simply going to get there.
Dang.
Do you want to avoid it? I mean, you guys can just say how you fight these demons, basically, because you can.
Now, this is what the town usually looks like when we roll through it. Either demon attacks, and this is what it usually looks like. Firebolt. Firebolt.
So, Tyr's just running around firebolting shit. That makes sense. I like it.
I assume Blouts and Laurel are probably sword fighting every single thing that gets near them.
Indeed.
Is Laurel sword fighting or is she werewolfing?
I will werewolf.
Alright. I actually do have a map ready for y'all, but I don't want to do that yet because that's where you're going to be doing combat. Here we go. So, essentially this is looking down Athens, and that's the route you're taking. So you guys aren't traveling a lot through Athens. It's just a lot of buildings going along beside a river that flows through the northern part of Athens. You can see there's a hill with a very large temple on it. Or used to be a temple. You can see that the northern side of this temple is completely blown out. Aella, you know that's called an acropolis. And that is a very large temple to Athena. She might be mad about that, but it's fine. So you guys go through there. Tyr's firebolting. Blouts is sword fighting. Laurel, you are so above the demons that now dwell here. I just like the image of this 11-foot tall powerhouse just grabbing these little demons and just kind of popping their heads off.
Yeah.
They're just killing it.
Tear until it is done. Hell yeah. Complete doom slayer.
Mavari, Saran, Aella, what are y'all doing?
Mavari is, so she doesn't waste spell slots whenever she sees a demon. It's sacred flame, so they just burn with radiant damage.
That sucks. Yeah, they're all growling and roaring at you, and you're just like, shh.
Flipping them off.
Kind of, yeah.
Damn. Saran, what are you doing?
Flipping them off.
Oh, so you're not even fighting. You're just like, haha.
Oh. So we're just going through, like, we're not doing the whole entire, like, whole fighting sequence. We're just going through, right?
Yeah.
We're doing epic battle scene where we're just fucking shit up and nothing can harm us.
Yep. You have a very good plot armor right now.
Nice.
But you do know
through with a few booming blades.
this is where Pacro came with those two other mercenaries. And he was apparently escorting 6 families. You see no sign of him or the families. Aella? What are you doing?
I'm using the staff, I'm doing some punches, I'm doing some kicks, I'm doing whatever it is that I have accessible to me to take out some demons. And as I'm doing it, I'm laughing and going, I see why Ares was having so much fun!
Oh. I mean, that's legit. That's fair. So her messenger days might be over. Laurel, you're a powerhouse. Usually pretty angry when you're big and powerful.
Mm-hmm.
But you are getting so close to Celtra. Does she even care about anything around here? All these buildings, the river, the people that might be missing, that giant temple where half of it looks like it's blown the fuck out.
Not even complete tunnel vision.
Yeah. This is a very, very large city. It looks like it was probably populated a long time ago. And you do pass a few bridges before you come to the one that Aella says, oh, take this one, head right or head left here. There are paved roads. The city looks very, very sophisticated compared to pretty much everywhere else you've been. The only comparison is Delphi, but it was a sacred city, so you could assume that it was made to be nicer because that's where a lot of people would join and go to worship even different gods and just gather from different nations to pay tribute to Delphi in whatever way they chose. But this place, this is not the center of the world. This is not some giant religious place. This is a city, just a rich, made, well-sophisticated, well-educated, well-built city. And it is now infested with demons. Demons that you are helping to clear out this infestation that they have. And Laurel, with all of your friends behind you, and all of you guys walking through the city, just enjoying yourselves, having a day, killing these demonic creatures. Laurel, you finally see Celtra. Looks like he's walking out of some kind of weird doorway that is looking like a well. But he has other people with him. Looks like a giant of some kind. And then you see some kind of weird creature. 3 maybe women past him. But we're going to find out how that goes after Celtra's story.